Hey guys, today's video is just going to be a little bit of a critique of the patch notes for December 19th. So today's video is just going to be a little bit of a critique for the MCC on PC patch notes for December 18th, 2019. More after the intro. Once again, guys, it's very important for small content creators like myself to get a thumbs up on a video like this because it helps to get the video discovered by other people who are looking for Halo relative content. So if you guys could smash that like button, I think it would be nice if we could get 20. I would also like to know what you guys think is missing from Halo Reach on PC thus far. So drop me a comment on that. Really small content producers like myself will be eager to read your comment and reply. We are human beings just like you guys, and we would love to know in advance whether or not we're doing things right with our channels. In the opening paragraph of the patch notes for December 18th, 2019, Postums, aka the community manager over at 343 Industries, comes out and directly mentions that this is a patch that is not meant to directly address all the technical issues that the game has suffered from since day one of the PC launch. I do my best not to be a harsh critic, and I say that a lot in this channel, and the reason why I say this is because neither you nor me know how long it takes to make a game, especially given that Microsoft has always had an Iron Curtain stance towards developing Halo on the PC. However, I do think they got the idea once the El Dorito mod went live and streamers, big name streamers on Twitch and YouTubers started making content surrounding that mod. Now then, let's stop licking Microsoft's boots and get a little bit more objective. I'm personally disappointed that we don't have Forge or Theater mode yet in Halo Reach, and that wasn't addressed with today's patch. And all of the minor issue fixes that were mentioned, well, I think I might have only suffered from one of them, and that is getting disconnected from a game when I had a temporary loss of Xbox Live. Hashtag servers in Asia. With regards to the social 4v4 experience, I actually like the idea that we will be seeing more of the classic vanilla maps in multiplayer as opposed to, say, all of these Anniversary Edition or New Edition maps. Maybe I'm just a bit stubborn, but whenever I'm not playing a competitive map or playlist, I would prefer to play on maps that are legacy, if you will. That is to say, in the vision that the original creators, Bungie, had created the game. However, I'll be brutally honest, and I never actually played any social 4v4 since the game's launch. So I personally don't have any opinions on the maps Think Twice or Solitary with regards to their addition and removal respectively. I'm a busy guy, and I personally like some of the changes that were made to Social 8v8, especially with regards to default Boneyard and Spire. Now this is a topic where I can perhaps be more vocal. Let's talk about Team Hardcore and the changes they made there. I personally mentioned previously that I don't really like playing on Penance because there's this one spot on the map where if you take all of the power weapons with your teammates, then you guys might just literally become unstoppable. So I like the idea that we'll be playing on Penance less, but I'd like to see the map removed completely. But without a replacement map to throw into the map pool, I think it's a tall order for 343 Industries. Maybe even just a little bit too tall for them to fill at the moment. And this is something worth mentioning. Pretty much every game type and every map held equal weight in the playlist. I'm not particularly a fan of the maps Zealot or Sanctuary or CTF as game types, but at least it's not Penance. So from top to bottom in terms of occurrence, you should have a lot of Zealot and Sanctuary for CTF, as well as Zealot Slayer. I kind of feel okay with Nexus as a King of the Hill game type map holding high-ish weight. My only complaint is that King of the Hill seems to be a little bit dull on the map, and Capture the Flag on Pit is a little bit too lengthy. I mean, you're talking about a 15-minute game that's very likely to be played all the way to the end if you're playing against players of even skill as you. However, I personally feel like playing Countdown for Capture the Flag is a little bit tedious. Like, you've kind of got a slightly limited, if not altogether compacted sort of angle of attack and retrieving the flag or taking it from point A to point B. However, that does make for some fast and frenetic gameplay, and to be fair, at some points the game may end with your team getting a victory or just getting defeated. At any rate, it won't be a long sensation. And I'm actually very disappointed to see that Battle Canyon King of the Hill holds low weight, because it just feels like there's so many different angles of attack and strategies that you can take with the map. Although to be fair, if there's even just a slight skill gap, and your team understands positioning, then the enemy team isn't going to have any chance whatsoever. However, with today's patch, they did decide to go ahead and target a mechanic that wasn't favorable with mouse and keyboard players. And to be honest, I don't think I really noticed the difference because, well, the highest I ever got in Halo 3 was level 48 on a scale of 1 to 50. Apparently in Legacy Halo Reach, what would happen if you got into a duel with someone or if you were to take damage, your reticle would slightly aim towards the player that was causing you damage, which is useful in DMR duels or needle rifle duels, for example. But since I'm not a naturally talented player, I never really noticed this difference with the mouse and keyboard versus the controller, nor did I purchase a controller to play Halo Reach on PC. In the end, as a mouse and keyboard player myself, I would just like to say that since we don't really like anything that drags our reticule while we're using our mouse, I think it's nice to take away that little quote-unquote aim assist or DMR dual assist, whatever you want to call it. Now let's talk a little bit about the ugly side of today's update. Unfortunately, what I think is one of the biggest issues is that we were not given an expected date for Forge or Theater or any other useful tools that were good for Legacy Halo Reach players. And I think maybe some of you guys are feeling that as well, especially if you guys are content producers like myself. I personally think it would also be really nice to know when, if at all, we can expect to see a flight for Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition on. I recently had the pleasure of viewing a video from Jack Fragg's YouTube channel, and he mentioned that 343 Industries said that they would crank out all Halo titles from Halo Reach all the way to Halo 4 on PC by the end of 2020. Now then, for those of you who remember the announcement for Halo Reach coming to the PC all the way back in March of this year and finally releasing in December, that's about 9 months of time it took to port Halo Reach from the Xbox to the PC. So there is plenty of skepticism among the community, especially myself, about whether or not these deadlines can be met. Furthermore, if these deadlines are met, what kind of corners will have to be cut, if any, to meet those deadlines? Because of course, to game developers, the most important skill that you can have is not just whatever job that you have in the daytime, it's also whether or not you can meet deadlines that you are assigned. Now then, is it possible that we will see all of those titles ported to the PC by the end of 2020? I think it's possible, yes. Just like it's possible for a human being to lose 100 pounds in 3 months. I've seen stories of this kind of thing happening. But in my sincere opinion, the term sacrifice immediately comes to mind, because whether you're losing weight or developing a game, there's something that needs to be cut that just won't make it into the final release. However, to be fair, I do think that there were some foundational programming milestones that were hit with Halo Reach's PC release, or rather the Halo MCC PC release. If you're like me, it's very easy to get these things confused. Halo Reach versus Halo MCC, and Halo Reach belongs to Halo MCC, which is on the Steam Marketplace. Oh, and I almost forgot, there are players that are getting kicked because they register as AFK or idle to the matchmaking system from games like Infection or Griffball when they're really not AFK at all. If you're affected by this, just stay calm and reach out to Postums. He can probably help you out. I would really love to stay in chat, guys, but like I said a couple of videos back, I said I would be pretty MIA for the next couple months because, well, I'm busy. But I'm gonna have to call it a day on this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. I would love the opportunity to engage with you guys from my desk at work. This is Binge 4K, and I will see you guys in the next one.